He's back. Man, I know it took a minute. Dang, sure. I'm gonna have to make a hell of a thumbnail so tomorrow y'all can check out these two videos, the one I did earlier and this one. All right. Now this is on the paid protesters and the DC white and black folks response. And let's just get it cracking. Welcome to the show. Hit that subscribe button. Let me open up the chat to see if is anybody watching. And hey, I'm here and I'm on one. Take care. So this is how I'm gonna start the show off. Let me make sure I don't struggle screen. Come on, and here we go. Here we go.
Law enforcement. But the fury may not be fully organic. Fox News has learned that paid protester requests have increased 400% since President Trump announced the federal takeover of D.C.'s police department. The New York Post reports that high-dollar donors like George Soros have pumped more than $20 million into protest groups currently.
Woo! Woo! Don't that make sense? Donors, backers, people that be in their high echelon of things above the the social construct. See, this is a social construct. If you want us to build things in your neighborhood, buildings and apartments and townhouses, hey, you got to put up a fight if you want to get some of our donations, and then we're gonna help out a little bit to the side. So let's check out the rest.
Organizing demonstrations in the district.
Why are you here? You're trying to arrest innocent people?
According to the White House, 45 arrests were made last night for reasons including assault, drug distribution, and illegal firearms. 29 illegal immigrants were also apprehended. The district's police chief, Pamela Smith, announcing today that local police will begin sharing information on undocumented individuals with immigration agents.
Washington, D.C. is at its worst point, and it will...
Yes.
See, and this is the part. Fair use. Go over there and check out Doc Rich, boy. He been really cooking. And I mean, go over there and check out the Doc Rich show. He has been cooking. Some of these individuals is out there in DC. And I mean, like, all the presidents, I really haven't. I always figure because I'm out here in LA. You figure when you're a president every year, you expect that to be the most safest. Well, what I'm saying, you, and I'm also meaning me. I always thought that it's rather safe over there, but since the Kevin Samuels era, he says a lot of black professional women out there and stuff like that when it's come to the dating scene. But then we don't never hear about the crime wave and things happening in Washington coming over in here in our cities. So that's like one blue state looking out for the next blue state. So because man, I let alone having homelessness. So, let's get back to the show. It's going to be some struggle screaming and some butting in. But, man, we got to see what's really cracking. All right? So I'm going to do it like this. And let's get this party really started.
So, you got... But...
So let's listen.
Why do you have a problem with how the government...
Not the perspective that mainstream media has been pushing out, and I want to display it for you guys because I think it's important, right? I think it's important to combat the lies of mainstream media. So with that being said, let's dive in.
If you're not going to help any of those homeless people in DC that are being picked up off the streets, why do you have a problem with how the government is solving the problem? The fact of the matter is this: they need help and the streets need to be cleaned up. So if you're not gonna let them come live with you, take a shower in your bathroom, take a shit in your toilet, I don't see what the problem is. We have the same problem here in LA, right? You gotta understand something. Most of these people are mentally ill or a drug addict, right? And they need help.
Same problem
They're
in
getting the help they need.
LA.
They don't have family members to come pick them up, drop them off. So, social workers, police, and mental health teams are out there on the streets doing their jobs.
Same here.
I don't see what the big deal is. I don't see what the problem is. I don't see what the complaining is about. We're never going to fix this country if every time somebody makes a decision, the people complain, especially with one like this.
And it's not even the people. It's paid protesters. It's paid protesters.
Yeah. Do y'all him? It's paid protesters hollering, wolf ticketing on the behalf of our community. See, wolf ticketing. They ain't coming out there to clean up or get some of the benefits of some of these grants and money and funding to authorize safe dwellings and garages to be converted into units to usher do a contract with the city or the county that they live in. And then as far as massive donation, they don't mind taxes being out of their pocket and rely on the government to skew or fix this problem. So this paid protester thing. See, I heard of stuff like this. No, I experienced it. See, like for different propositions and acts, we have the Mental Health Service Act out here. When we had an issue with homelessness and doing things, we always went to our state capital, and then we'll fix lunch. They will provide a bus, a lunch to do lobbying if we don't want to lose out on funding. So I may not be, so I'm not surprised that I'm seeing this paid protester thing jumping off on shit on the liberal side or from any side. But check this out.
Most people understand and realize we can't have these homeless encampments all over the streets, okay? Are homeless people humans? Absolutely, and we're going to treat them as such, but we can't have homeless encampments all over the streets, a bunch of littering and trash and everything else, right? We can't have that. So Trump is taking the homeless people off of the streets and either putting them in a homeless shelter and getting them the help that they need, and if they resist, I believe he said he's going to put them in prison, in jail. I mean, it's simple. We're cleaning up the streets. We're offering you a helping hand by putting you in a shelter and giving you some assistance, and if you want to resist, okay, well then fine, we'll put you in jail then. Cool, but we're going to clean this up. People should be able to walk up and down the street without having to dodge puddles of pee, sometimes poop, trash, garbage, right? You got tents on the sidewalk. People shouldn't have to be walking around this stuff. So yes, we're going to clean it up. Now we're also going to assist you in the process. But of course, you got these paid protesters who are oftentimes not even from these places that are being paid to come out and protest something that's actually super beneficial. And let's jump into some folks that actually live in DC. And I want y'all to take a close look at some of these clips, man, because what Trump is doing in DC is absolutely helping. Don't believe
the gas station
in DC. Check it out.
I remember going to the gas station in DC even just a month ago, and I would never do this. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's quiet, safe out here, man. Safe. I remember a few months ago, my brother had his door open. Somebody carjacked him right here in Northeast, right up the street actually. Got carjacked, my SUV got taken. Look, y'all hear the helicopters out here? Oh yeah, we got the helicopters out here. Like, DC is safe.
Safe. Guy is in, it looked like an Escalade. Yeah, that's an Escalade. Guy is in an Escalade, $100,000 vehicle, right? Actually, I think they're over 100,000. And leaving the door open, which he says, somebody he knows, I believe he said his brother.
Now y'all mad at Trump for cleaning up.
Let's check out this one. So I'm going to come with another one. Fair use on Doc Rich Show. Now I'm going to play another one. See, a lot of those things that's happening out almost Every week, 2 or 3 times a week, somebody's doing a home invasion out here in LA. Home invasion, gunpoint, taking everything up from out of the house. So I'm not gonna be surprised if he find a loophole to order the National Guard one more time to come out here, and this time it won't be for the immigration. It will be for do you know of constantly uh, looking on the news, seeing these cars spending in street takeovers and gas stations and destroying do you know businesses, because businesses is related to what you want to capitalize on something for your family. So this say, but yet if you let us explain it, some people get arrested. A lot of people been um, getting away. They got all kind of cameras in Beverly Hills in some part of the community, but not in every part of the community. Everybody got these hoodies and things jumping on, and everybody's finna try to fight their case. So the same thing that's happening in DC is going on out here. It's just that DC news don't show up out here to where we can see is they having a surge of home invasion robberies. But as far as what Homeboy said at the gas station right out there, his brother being robbed and stuff of that nature. Let's listen to this next clip, and then we're gonna see some more of what's going on with the citizens out there in the DC
Of
area.
DC, and they're absolutely loving it, man. Absolutely loving it. Check out this clip.
So now y'all mad at Trump for cleaning up DC, cleaning up the nation's capital. And I think it's crazy, especially if you a DMV native. When we go out and do things, we typically go to DC. We all have seen some BS in DC. I've lost friends to gun violence in DC. I've been out partying and heard gunshots in DC. Then you go somewhere like the Wharf to the Felipe Chow and people getting robbed at Felipe Chow. And I can continue, but I ain't really trying to go there today. But it ain't safe, and you can't even really enjoy yourself, man. Oh, one more. They said the Capital One Arena is the most dangerous arena in the country. And if you've been down there in Gallery Place, you already know. So knowing that these things affect us and affect our safety, especially y'all with kids, how can you get mad at that? Like, I promise y'all, and listen, I'm in the middle. I don't rock with either party. But if Biden or Kamala was doing this, y'all would be happy. Real talk. The little young YNs is out of control, man.
Yeah.
And y'all sick of them too.
Mm-hmm.
But again, y'all just like
Black
to be outraged
fatigue.
about anything.
This brilliant device keeps your home cool in summer, even during heat waves and power outages.
It's smaller than a lunchbox,
Cools any room within 3 minutes, and uses 98.
Yeah, I mean he's perfectly on point, right? Because if this was Kamala super bad, Trump's one.
Yep, he is right. Because if this, see, he, like what homie said here, well, this is Kamala, Joe Biden, administration. I ain't gonna say Joe Biden, administration, Obama, Hillary, something at the table, whoever. That's on the left, Jasmine Crockett, cleaning up her city, they'd be perfectly okay. If it was her redistricting, they'd be perfectly okay. So let's check out this next clip because man, perfectly okay. Mm-mm-mm.
Trump just wants to be a dictator. Absolutely ridiculous.
Do you not understand that this is what the residents want? I'm not talking about the bougie upper echelons, bougie blacks. I'm talking about the everyday grandmas that have to deal with these homeless people peeing and pooping on their steps, and then they have to clean it up. They don't feel safe when they walk into their neighborhood. The gangs and the dope boys are just standing around the corner, do you not understand this is what they want? I remember working with the community.
See? And that's what's going on out here in LA. Dude, the kids got to go to school. And then it's only like so far they would clean up some of the air, but still afar they see, hey, something. But now we gotta wait until someone get hurt or touched or chased or tampered with. Man. And then we let it get this far, knowing that these things are the probability of things happening. Hey, let's listen to what the rest of the sister is saying.
Leader, and somebody had just
Man,
gotten shot. This is like 5 years
wait.
neighborhood. The gangs and the dope boys are just standing around the corner, you know, like, do you not understand this is what they want? I remember working with a community leader and somebody had just gotten shot. This is like 5 years ago. And I remember her praying and she said, Crystal, we're gonna have to invoke the National Guard. And that was so foreign to me. Now I understand the shit. These people are helpless. And I'm not talking about the bougie black people that live in their gated communities with their new bills. I'm talking about the everyday grandmothers. And I'm so glad that President Trump cares about them.
See? I'm just saying. The actual residents of DC love what is happening because it is safe. It's just facts. Right? And on top of that, they're being paid to protest, which is also crazy.
Trump has done it again. Have you seen the latest videos of DC? The sidewalks are spotless, no trash on the streets, no crowds of people stumbling around. It is peaceful, clean, and honestly, it is refreshing. The locals seem happy. So far, I haven't seen a single video of a resident complaining. The only ones upset are people who don't even live there and just hate Trump. At the end of the day, everyone deserves to feel safe in their own community.
See, that's what I showed y'all yesterday. See, most people that's there complaining don't even live in those sections. But let what's going on in LA happen in the section where these people came from, they be singing a different tune. Like home invasion robberies, getting followed and things like that. And if that has been happening, hey, it's probably a muted microphone, video cameras just can't make it there fast enough, and the resident home that has get out, they're gonna make sure that the fear part of the conversation after that is the thing that's posted. But do they feel safe? I don't know. But apparently, this is a different tone. So let's check out the rest of this part of the video.
Now tell me this is not benefiting us. It's definitely doing what it's supposed to do. I don't care who versus who, what they mean by what. Baby, it's clean and beautiful. Like how we like. Yeah, you can.
It's clean and beautiful. How we like it. Yep. There we go. Okay? So, don't believe the mainstream media narrative that everybody is hating this and that everybody is saying that this is terrible and bad and the whole nine.
So feel free to go over there and check out that show. Let's see if we can find another quick clip before I turn on. Now we're gonna look at one that Anton Daniel put out here. See? Now I'm gonna put up one that brother Anton Daniels, because he been putting stuff about our homeless crisis, about the immigration thing. Feel free to go over there and check out his show. This one is going to blow y'all back, and I figure I'm gonna come somewhat in the middle on this one.
What's happening in DC and how the police basically raided a black neighborhood, but black people are under attack, as you
See, so before she can even say something, it's victimhood time. See, because even though the National Guard went to DC to get the homeless situation in handle, but like it said in the previous clip, those YNs, the ones that was up for trial of last year and this year, uh, the ones that been doing the carjackings and this, that, and the other, is running amok, buck wild, uh, like it's Washington D.C. Wild Wild West and things of that nature. Uh, that gave the police force some elbow room. See, they're not telling you this. They're giving elbow room to seep out some of the concerns in those neighboring communities to keep them safe. That's what they're talking about. The other, you're going up on our prices, taking, you're changing the food stamp program. Everything needs a reset. We've been needing a reset a long time. I haven't seen the president put in this much work since the Ford and Jimmy Carter days and Reagan days and even I can't say what. Well, did the first Bush do something? I don't know, but the first three I named, yeah, I haven't seen so much work put in. Woo.
usual. Okay. Black people need white allyship in person. Okay. All this rah-rah on the internet, we can't stand what's happening, da 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 da. Okay. Prove it. Okay. If you see something happening that's wrong, you should speak up about it. Black lives have always been on the line from the dawn of time, and I'm sick of talking about it, but I will never stop talking about it because we're tired of always being the ones that's doing the work, always being the ones that's on the front lines, protesting, trying to fight for our own rights. If y'all feel the way that we do, if you really care about us, do something. That's it. I mean, we can only protect ourselves to a degree. And Black people, stand down, okay? Stand down. Try not, and I'm trying to be.
What? Wait. Hold on. Because I do want to play the full video in its entirety without being interrupted, but we just got to really have a come to Jesus moment right now. And thank you guys for continuing to rock with me, but we got to have a come to Jesus moment right now. Wait a minute. After the election, Black people, Black women specifically, because I ain't seen no Black men, I seen a couple of them, but in mass, Black women said that, you know what, this y'all fight, we don't want nothing to do with nothing, and we just don't chill. That's what y'all said. And I don't understand. Did they raid a Black neighborhood? Or did they raid a crime-infested area in order to make sure that children are able to walk down the street so we can remove the guns, the drugs, and degenerate behavior off of the streets of D.C., which is very close to the White House and the Treasury and where Congress convenes? What is this under attack thing? When you
see, that's what I want to know. What is this under attack thing? See, we only can see just a little bit right in our community. Now, mind you, I only stay like 3 miles from South Central. 3 miles. 3 miles. Wow. And I work over there in Watts. And boy, if I could have a film camera for what I see right at work, man, I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all. Man, it's a lot of people in that hospital that have Black fatigue, for real. There's a lot of people in that hospital that have white fatigue. We probably got just an weensy, tiny bit of Asian fatigue and all other minority fatigue. But some of them have the Latino fatigue. Latinos and is having Latino fatigue. See, hey, I'm gonna have to look up these videos. I guarantee you they have it. For what I see at work, especially when I go outside and take a break. Huh. Okay, now let's get back to the show.
Are abiding by the law and you don't have drugs, because nobody is seeing them kick in the doors of people that are law-abiding citizens that pay their taxes and go to work every day.
See? She said, let's go and speed up and see if he got some more meat on the bones. So he normally. So feel free, y'all. Hey, just feel free to go over there and check out that Anton clip. I went through it at the bottom to see was he gonna bring up some other clips. He normally do, but this time it don't look like he did. So so we're gonna get back to another crack-a-lacking thing and allow y'all to see what else is going on over there in the DC area. Okay, let's see. Let me put my glasses on. Oh yeah, this is the one I wanted. Where is that one? Not that one. This one. It's a 6-minute one. Should I know how it looks? Is this it? It's a 6-minute and 10 seconds video. See, they just love burying stuff on me, but I'll find it this way. All right. So, DC, I had some videos yesterday. That Carnival Cruise one on the other video was, man, it just broke my heart, man. It's like, dang, man. Shit, here it is. We coming up on retirement and stuff like this, thinking we finna get a chance to go on a cruise and have fun. And then when we try to go to the concert thing, those tickets get sold out so fast because they're way up there in the thousands of dollars. And then we're going to look at this one for the paid protesters. This is 5 minutes. Oh, well, it was a 5-minute one. Boy, I need some glasses. So,
where you are.
Here it is.
DC assisting law enforcement as part of President Trump's federalization of the crime-ridden city.
The president might even declare a national emergency if Congress doesn't work with him to extend the plan beyond the initial 30-day period.
Well, if it's a national emergency, we can do it without Congress, but we expect to be to Congress before Congress very quickly. And again, we think the Democrats will not do anything to stop crime, but we think the Republicans will do it almost unanimously. We're going to be asking for extensions on that, long-term extensions, because you can't have 30 days.
Naturally, the leftists are up in arms and over all of this, doing the only thing they know how to do, which is protest.
Amid this D.C. takeover, Crowds on Demand, a company that facilitates paid protesters, has seen a 400% increase in inquiries compared to the same period in 2024.
Did I hear that correct? Crowds on Demand? I mean, in America, you can start a business just about doing anything. Anything, especially Crowds on Demand. That gave me the quick flashbacks for extra for a movie. Now, we understand that. You remember that Will Smith played Muhammad Ali? Should I remember somebody coming to the AA meeting and doing the AA announcement? They said, well, it was one of them beginner type of meetings that, hey, if you want to be an extra in the movie, in the Ali movie, to say Kumbaya, Ali, Kumbaya, you can get $100. Oh, Crowds on Demand. So this right here, it caught me, boy.
CEO Adam Swart joins us now. To protest what, Adam?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasonable gripes with what's going on. I think a lot of protesters take it too far, but I think there is such thing as a peaceful protest raising awareness of federal government overreach, which is a bipartisan area of concern to both Republicans and Democrats. The problem is it has to be done in the right way. And as a sort of recovering Democrat myself, I find myself between a rock and a hard place because on the one hand, I don't like federal government overreach, whichever party does it. But on the other hand, DC is dangerous and our cities are dangerous. And the Democrats have created their own grave here by letting crime go so rampant that now you leave this opening for the federal government to do this.
Adam, inquiries and requests.
Hey, I'm glad he was speaking clear. I understood everything he said, speaking that fast. I mean, golly. Crowds on demand, federal protests is rampant and crime is rampant and things like this. And he's a Democrat. Wow. Let's check out the rest.
Are up this staggering amount, but are bookings up similarly? Or, I mean, are people just calling to sort of inquire, see what they could do, but are they going through with it is what I'm trying to ask.
Well, it's a mix. I mean, we are in the news a lot for what we don't take on as much as what we do take on. And we have to be very judicious in our requests at Crowds on Demand, because not only are we only engaged in, of course, legal, peaceful protests, but we also want to make sure that everything that we do is effective. So we are evaluating requests right now. We haven't taken on anything thus far because we're evaluating requests that focus on the issue of federal government overreach, but
see? So, go over there and check out that video. That video will give you a little bit more education on what's going on. I may have to put in the link so y'all can understand what is Crowds on Demand. And they got to not do overreach. Do you remember when I was going live last month? Reuters. Could they be a crowd on demand? They got their own film camera, or could they be the only separate entity, but they move like a crowd that's on demand, allegedly, supposedly, because it's like it's a more liberated type of thing that they do. 1 minute they over here in LA, next minute they in Lancaster, and sometimes they want to do what's going on with the bombing and all of that stuff at the same time. So, because they have their own subscribe base. But now, where's the funding and the money coming from? Is the money coming from what from the NPOs, I think, like the nonprofit organization type of thing, government agency, like is they a federal nonprofit program? So let's look at some more of this. Feel free to go over there and check out that clip that I had from Fox Business News. Business clip. And then here's another one I wanted to get to. DC rates concerned about having a National Guard. See, and this one is jumpy. But we're going to look at this one with NBC News just to even things out. And it's like what Anton Daniel said on his show. This is NBC News in Washington. And you can see whether or not if this is pre-scripted or whatever. And look at the youth that they're picking. Because when you pick youth, I think it should be evenly critiqued and set in. But y'all tell me what y'all feel about this and fair use. See?
After President Trump and United States Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro called out D.C. youth, some of the district's youngest residents are reacting to comments like this.
I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't care.
Some of the district's youngest residents are reacting to comments. States Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro called out. One day after President Trump and United States Attorney for D.C. Jeanine Pirro called out D.C. youth, some of the district's youngest residents are reacting to comments like this.
I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't care where they are.
They don't go around in gangs and stuff like that. Like, they go around with their friends to have fun, to go out and be with each other.
See? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Is y'all really looking at what's going on? Here it is, you got one person saying actual things that mentally, these kids been seeing this on the news. The shootings, the drive-bys, the 3-year-olds, the car chases. They've been seeing this on the news. Now, watch how they remove those thoughts from these precious minds of these youth. And it's narrated as if they never have seen none of this.
Not to beat people up.
And just a messy situation because I feel like they're viewing it as young.
And do you hear what he said? You would think that the girl would say she feel like, but he said, I feel like. I feel like. Have he been watching the news? Have these youth been really watching the news? Or have they been going about their day, playing and doing their studies and their homework in the house? And this guy got on a suit. So, let's see, man. Let's really see.
Young black kids, they just want to go out and they want to cause havoc and do anything they want.
We sat down with Christopher, Tristan, Lamont, and Blessin, all DC high schoolers and a part of the Community Action Group, where they provide presentations about drug prevention to their peers. They shared their thoughts about an increase in police officers, federal agents, and National Guard troops on DC streets.
So I wonder, is it more to their story that meets the eye? They say the positive things of what they do, but what it's motivating these kids to do it. I know they're not just doing this straight out the blue. Do they have family members and things of that nature, and cousins and nieces and aunts that have been shot, killed, or in some of these situations, or friends? I'm quite sure they do. Okay? Let's listen.
Just like a way to make people feel like they're always being watched and always being observed.
And I feel like with the police being there, sometimes that could be like helpful because that do like make the youth a little bit more on edge with what they do. When I see police, I think something bad happened. And sometimes when kids go out and then with the whole curfew thing, they just shut everything down.
Earlier this summer, DC's City Council passed legislation to enact a juvenile curfew after incidents involving large crowds of young people near the Wharf, Navy Yard, and other parts of the city.
Entire neighborhoods are now under emergency curfews. Just this past weekend, gunfire went through, and you saw that the Navy Yard. I saw it this morning. They saw that they fought back against law. See, they fight back until you knock the hell out of them.
I mean, it's wrong on both sides. Kids sometimes do a little too much. They go overboard, but at the end of the day, we all just kids.
Attorney Bureau brought up some of DC's laws and the limited powers she says she has to address repeat young offenders.
So, in other words, fair use, go over there and look at that clip because, man, they're not letting us know everything about what's really, really cracking out there in D.C. These kids, they belong to a community action group, but well, you know, at the same time, that's bringing awareness to the kids around them. And it could be bringing fear. Like, you know, like I said on the video once before, the pacifying of America or something, like the coddling of America. So you're coddling these kids now. Is they're inducting safety standards and cautionary precautions because they really see it. Like the way I put it earlier. Didn't these things been on the news? High car chases. They have shows about it. Arrests, and then they see the live broadcast. And most of the time, if it's someone black, they will see the face. They will see the victim. They'll see the arrest, the beat down, the handcuff, the dog biting the leg, all kind of things. You do, you know. And then they'll see the one where, you know, someone that don't share their imagery not getting that kind of treatment. They're going through every length to arrest these individuals. But at the same time, put them in front of this camera, and it's being ignored of the other factors that's playing with their mind. When they know they see some of this data and stuff. But now we're finna look at some more DC resident, and this one is real jumpy. But let's look at the ABC one. Ooh, maybe this one. Oh shoot! All right, we say that one for later. This one, News Nation. Let's check out what News Nation is talking about. Here we go. Fair use. Let's see what the DC leaders is talking about with this one. Fair use. This is News Nation. Fair use. Oh, wait a minute. Not this one. This one. Fair use.
Including the mayor, Muriel Bowser, pushed back on the administration's claims that crime is out of control in our nation's capital. We just heard there from Tom, but violent crime is actually down sharply in the past 2 years after increasing.
Now check out that year-to-year DC crime comparison. Violent crime down 26%, all crime 7%, homicide 12%, okay, sex abuse 50%, aggravated assault, robbery.
During the pandemic. Just this past January, the Justice Department touted the fact that violent crime reached a 30-year low in 2024. So let's bring in News Nation's Joe Khalil, who's live for us there on the streets of Washington, D.C. Joe, we have yet to hear from the mayor or from the D.C. Council about this takeover, but what are residents that you're speaking with? What are they telling you?
Well, we know that there is going to be some significant pushback to this idea in Washington, D.C. It is no secret, one of the more progressive cities, districts in the entire country. And just as President Trump was speaking at 10 a.m. Eastern time this morning, you had a gathering here of anywhere from 100 to 200 demonstrators, protesters that were really pushing back, saying that they don't want this. They don't think they need federal law.
Now, mind you, these protesters is not from that district. A lot of them that's out here protesting with us is not from these neighborhoods in this district. Same thing in Pennsylvania, New York. A lot of the people that protest, they don't live around us. We don't be seeing these people. We do not even know them. We only know some of the legislators, a few of us, not even a handful of us that know some of these people that run for some of these offices in our county and city and state government. So this is exactly what we're talking about. So these people,
law enforcement to take over what is in D.C. right now. This is where years ago the administration statistic in Washington, D.C. Having said that, there are still obviously issues with the homeless population in D.C. herewith. And again, the same concern that they're wondering whether or not this is the real solution to the problem of homelessness here in D.C. Take a listen to just some of what we heard today.
People that are homeless have befallen certain circumstances. I put them in that position. Could just as be easily, many people are just 1 or 2 paychecks away from being maybe on the streets. I would say we're called to be a just, merciful people. I see the people, I know the guys out there, I know the women out there. The more you get to know them, you realize that they are us. They are who we are. Don't be afraid of people who you are. Open up, be open to them. You'll be surprised at what you're going to find.
So a variety of different concerns there, Nicole. We're going to head over to a different area of the district where you do have some businesses that have experienced some crime, and we're going to hopefully hear from some of those folks and how they feel they put forward here in response to what they've just seen.
Expecting some pushback. All right, Joe Khalil, live for us there in D.C. as well. Joe, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and down.
All right, that's his show. So thank you for watching. So, you know, with that there, man, I really wish I would have had an early start. I had some good clips that got away from me. So until then, you know, I'm going to have to go on and sign out. I don't see nobody in the feed. Some of y'all probably cyber watching or Facebook watching silently. But, man, should I do one more? Because I do got another right off into the chamber. Let's watch this one. This one is a real suspicious one to me. But let's check out this one. So we come up on
You know, we've been talking about how these left-wing organizations hire these people. They use crowds on demand. There's multiple companies that will get a crowd out there for you. All you gotta do is call them up on the phone. You say, I need this many people. And, you know, all right, here's the bill. You just pay them and we're going to send them on a bus. And that's how it goes, right? But that's it. That's all you got to do in order to get these protests going. And what they're saying is the guy from Crowds on Demand has actually came out and said that they're calling us nonstop. It's up to almost 400% more than last year. And they're just going.
This is deep. Okay. Deep. Real deep. Now, a lot of people have told me, oh, they ain't doing that. That's what you think. That's what you really think? Okay. Ask yourself, if you can afford it, will you do it? And then you got to ask yourself, why? Why? Just don't want nature to take its course, I guess. That's why. Okay. Let me move this up.
Murder people and carjack people and throw footlongs at federal agents. Oh, look, there's the man in the dress. Look, okay. And this is her husband. What is he wearing? Is this like his little safety jacket? Maybe this is his mom. And she said, all right, Timmy, we got to get you out of the basement. You're coming with me tonight. You're going to hold the microphone and the phone and put your little safety vest on, Timmy. Let's go out there. We're going to teach these fascists a lesson. Come on, Timmy. Come on.
Beta.
Her hands on her hips and everything. Oh, goodness, man. What has happened to this world? But anyways, let's get back off of brainwashing Democrats into thinking that Donald Trump is doing something bad. And they're getting away with it, right?
About 400 National Guard troops officially on the ground in Washington, D.C., assisting law enforcement as part of President Trump's federalization of the crime-ridden city.
The president might even declare a national emergency if Congress doesn't work with him to extend the plan beyond the initial 30-day period.
Well, if it's a national emergency, we can do it without Congress, but we expect to be to
400% increase in inquiries compared to the same period in 2024. Its CEO, Adam Swart, joins us now. To protest what?
Now, this is the... Every time I see this guy, it just like catches me by surprise. Like, oh my God.
This is what I didn't even notice the last time. This man right here, he's from London, making money off of U.S. oil. Ain't that something? Ain't that real interesting? I say, I'm going to the side now.
Is this a Pixar Disney character or something, or is this an actual human being? No, this is an actual guy. And this is the guy who organizes all these protests. They call him up. They say, hey, get me a bunch of old boomer activists, and you guys, we'll give you whatever money you want. Here's $2 million. Go out there, pay them to protest. Here's the money for the signs, the shirts, everything we need, right? And this is the guy, man.
Adam.
Look, even she's laughing at us.
That's now. To protest what, Adam?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasonable gripes with what's going on. I think a lot of protesters take it too far, but I think there is such thing as a peaceful protest raising awareness of federal government overreach, which is a bipartisan area of concern to both.
Listen,
So
I was saying the
heard
same
this
thing at
before.
first. I'm like, this dude is an AI bot, okay?
Yeah, so it's like what I said earlier, man. Feel free to go and check out his show. I mean, this is some serious things jumping off. Wow, I just cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. This looks like a dream. And until then, thank y'all for showing up to the show. Should I put another one in there? I don't know, because man, this is getting ridiculous as we speak, man. Golly. I'm gonna have to just go on and sign out. And the rise of black fatigue, ain't that something? I ought to put another one of those up here. Till then, your boy MC is definitely out. Ciao.